Hello everyone, welcome to Ruijie RCNA class. During this course, we will talk about some basic network technology. I am Nick Sha, and I am your instructor for this training. Okay, the first course, we will talk about IP address. If you are the first time to learn network technology, don't be afraid, because I will introduce you one rookie engineer, Tom. Tom will complete with you to learn all of these technologies. Okay, first, our graduate, Tom, joined the Ruijie company. He had only little knowledge about networks, and today, his supervisor, Michael, led him to finish one task. The task is as follows. In this topology, we can find that we have two colleagues, Jack and Bob. They both come from technical team, and now Mike hoped Tom to help them to make a Jack can use FTP function to Bob's server, and then Jack can download files from Bob. Okay, so first, Tom thinks we should configure the IP address at the beginning. Okay, so we need to talk about what is the IP address. In this course, we will talk about IPv4 address. One IPv4 address, it has 4 bytes, like this one. We can call it x.x.x.x, and 1 byte, it has 8 bits. Because it is binary format, so we can only use 0 or 1. For example, we can write IP address as 1.1.1.1, but in fact it equals 0.0.0.0.0.0.1 dot 1.1.1. And the range of the IP address is from 0.0.0.0.0.0 is this one, and then 1.1.1.1.1.1. It equals 255. So we can find that the octet range from 0 to 255. And this is an example, 192.168.1.2. For this IP address, we can know that it consists of network bits and host bits. For example, the network bits for this IP address, we can use the 192.168.1.0. Be careful. The last bit, normally we write 0. And the real last bit, 2, means the host bits. And the network bits combine host bits can be one complete IP address, like this one. And for IP address, there are 5 classes, class A, B, C, D, and E. Class A, it has this format. The first octet of class A should be from the first byte. It ranges from 0, 1 to 127. Be careful, 0 is reserved. Okay, so class A, it follows this format. O, X, 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 X. X means it can be 0 or 1. So, of course, the range can be from the 0 and all of them are 0, but the last bit is 1. It will equals 1. And the first bit 0, but the others are both of them are 1. It equals 127. So the range of class A will be the 1 to 127. and the last 3 bytes will be the host bits. Okay, so this is class A. But class B, it has this format. It from the highest 2 bits will be 1, 0, and the others can be any values. So the range will be from the 1, 0, and all of them are 0 will be 128. 1, 0 with all of them are 1 will be 191. So class B will has this format 128 to 191. Then the second byte also belong to network bits, and the others are host bits. This is class B. Now we have an example 172.16.3.2. Next time you see this IP address, you should know this is a class B IP address. Then class C, it has this format. 110 will be the highest 3 bits, and the range is from 192 to 223, and the 3 bytes will be the network bits. Then class D will has this format 1110 for the highest bits, and the range is from 224 to 239. But be careful, class D is a special IP address. We call it multicast. When you learn our NP course, we will talk about more about this. And at last is class E, but class E are reserved. Okay, now we already learned the IPv4 address format, and we find that it is not very convenient to describe an IP address. So some people think that could we use a subnet mask to describe how many bits are the network bits and how many bits are host bits? Okay, for example, this one 10112. Then subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. So this format, it means the 10 will be the network bits, because the subnet mask 255 means all of them are 11111. It means this is the network bits, but the others are 000. So it means 1.1.2 will be the host bits. So this is a complete IP address. And maybe you can say that 255.0.0.0 is also too long. Yes, in fact, we also have another one to describe this IP address. We can write it as /20 or /8. Okay. Okay, then this one 192.168.10.1. Then the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So in this IP address, we can know that the subnet mask should be 24, because these 3 bytes means the network bits. Okay, so in a word, 192.168.10.0 with /24. This one indicates this network segment, and then .255, the last IP address, means the broadcast IP address. Please remember, during one IP address, the first IP address 10.0 should be the network ID, and the last bit 255 should be the broadcast IP address. So the available IP address, it ranges from 10.1 to 10.254. At last, I also want to introduce you one special IP address, 127.0.0.1. We call it a local rollback IP address. So maybe you have tried to ping it before. And you can find the results, it succeeds. So when I ping this IP address, it means I try to ping this device itself. Normally, it used to check the physical network card for us. If it failed, there will be some errors. Okay. Besides the special IP address, you should also remember, during the network, we have public and private address. You need to apply to your ISP for the public IP address. But if you just want to use the IP address for your inside network, you can choose the private IP address. We have three kinds of private IP address: the Class A, Class B, and Class C. Class A is from 10.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Class B, it ranges from 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. And Class C, it ranges from 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. These three kinds of private IP address can be used in different kind of network. If you have a big network, you can choose Class A, and a medium network, you can choose Class B, and a small network, you can choose Class C. But maybe you will ask, how can I judge this is a small or medium network? Don't worry, I can give you a notice. Normally, if you use a Class A IP address, for example, you use the first 8 bits for the network ID, and so of course the 24 bits will be the host bits. So 2 to the power 24, it has so many IP address for host. And a Class B address, it has so many IP address for the host. Then Class C, it has about 200 IP address for the host. So next time you can calculate how many IP address you need. Then you can choose which kind of the IP address. Okay, now let us have a summary. Today we learn IPv4 address. After learning it, Tom decided to configure the IP address. He want to use 192.168.1.10/24 for the IP address for Jack. So now let's do it. We can open the Ethernet and choose the IPv4 version. Then use the following IP address: 192.168.1.10. Then we can use the /24. It will be the 255.255.255.0 for the IP address. After Tom finished this task, then Tom tried to use FTP Bob IP address, but he failed. So why? Tom checked the network topology and find in this topology we also have a switch. And he think maybe the problem is about the switch. So how do PCs communicate with each other, and what are the functions of a layer 2 switch? For this part, we will talk about it in our later course. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. See you next time.